Hi everybody, welcome to Let's Sew with Amanda. I'm Amanda, if you don't already know that. Now, as I said before, we are diversifying on the channel, or I'm diversifying on the channel and covering different things. So today, this is going to be the first get ready with me makeup. It's not a tutorial because I'm not a makeup artist. This is just what I do every single day when I'm putting my makeup on. It's just a daytime quick look, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll go through the products that I'm using. My mirror's on this left hand side, so if I do keep looking over here, that's the reason why. I'm going to start with, I've cleansed my face, so all that's done, I've moisturised and everything. I'm going to start with this primer, face primer from The Ordinary, and it's the highly spreadable face primer, which I mentioned before, I think. I just tend to put like half of the dropper that's with the primer, half of the dropper in there, and then I just pop it on my palm and then dab it on my face in places, and then I put my palms together and I just pat gently onto my face, and then I rub in an upward motion so that all my face is covered. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to put it all over. This is what works for me. So please, I don't want any negativity regarding how to put primer on or how to put makeup on or anything like that. This is just purely what I do. I probably do things that you shouldn't do, probably do things differently to how you do it, but hey, this is me. Okay, so this is day 12 of lockdown. I'm just getting ready for, I've got a viewer coming this afternoon for a second viewing on the house, which is exciting. I had a lady turn up yesterday and I didn't know about the appointment. It was supposed to be today, so that was a bit embarrassing really. So yeah, so I'll just give that a couple of minutes to soak in. If you haven't, grab yourself a cuppa. I've got my Hello and Follow Your Dreams mug today. I've got Tesco's red berry tea. I love this. I don't like milk, which is why I tend to drink fruity teas. Well, this one is 75p for 20, and it's a beautiful flavour. You can leave it to brew long or shorter time. I usually leave it a couple of minutes, that's all, and that's all right for me. So get yourself a cuppa, get cosy, and watch the rest of the video. I have got one of the boys here with me. He always has to sit on my knee whatever I'm doing, don't you? Say hello, over there, look. The other two are asleep. You might hear some snoring, which will be Charlie. He'll be throwing the Z's in, he hopefully does. They've been out for a run around the garden and they'll be all tired now, so hopefully we might get a bit of peace today. Right, now the foundation that I'm using today, I do use different foundations at different times of the year, because obviously your skin's different colours at different times of the year. I like to use a tinted moisturiser in the day in the summertime, but as we've come into autumn, winter, I want something a little bit richer. So the one that I've got today is Max Factor Miracle Match, which is, let me take my hands a bit slippy from the primer. It's like in a pump dispenser, and I use my sponge, I use my blending sponge, beauty blending sponge, dry, okay, and I usually from the pump just a couple of places. This is buildable, so if you want more cover then you can put more on, but because it's daytime, this will do for me today. And then I just dot it about on my face and then I blend. Now I tend to stipple but also to spread it as well. And I don't use concealer in the day. If I'm going somewhere special, if I'm going out, I tend to use concealer, but for daytime I don't really think it's that necessary for myself. Obviously if you feel that it is necessary for you, then obviously use it, but for me foundation is enough. I don't put too much round my lips as well, because I think that draws attention to your lines, and I go over any wrinkles or lines, lifelines I'll call them, not wrinkles. I tend to go over those a few times once I've got the foundation on, so that if it does start to settle, you're clearing it away. Gently around the eyes. It looks as though I'm pressing on here, but I'm not, I promise. So then go over my laughter lines, whatever they are, and give it a good pat round to clear any that have settled in there. I don't wear makeup every day, but this is my everyday routine for when I do wear it. I call it every day because it's basically, I mean, it's not heavy and it's not like a party look or anything. Right, I think we're well blended in there. Okay, and now powder. I always use a pressed powder. I have got a light powder, a loose powder, should I say as well, but I tend to use pressed powder, and I put it on with a brush, a short stubby brush, and I tend to dab it in the compact and just dab it. I don't rub it, I just dab it where I tend to get a little bit oily and where I'm going to put blusher, so that the blusher don't sink into my skin. And then just give it a brush down to make sure your face is covered in like a downy hair. So if you brush downwards, if you've got any little hairs on there, if you don't microplane, then you'll have downy hair on your face. So if you brush downwards, it makes sure the hairs are all laid flat. Okay, so that's that bit. And then the next thing I do is just do a little bit of contour on my cheekbones, that's all. I don't contour my nose or anything. I've got a hair off the brush in my mouth, excuse me. So I do a bit of contour. This one that I'm using is from Home Bargains. You can see which one I use most. Obviously this one. Again, I tend to swirl into the blush or contour with an angled brush, and then I can see the hollows of my cheek a little bit, and I go from there downwards at that side, and then the same at this side. Again, I don't want to look like I'm chiselled. I'm too old for all the chiselled look, but I do want to look like I've got a little bit more shape to my face. So, downwards, downwards. So how are you feeling on this day 12 of lockdown, people? Please write me a comment and let me know. I feel a bit better today than I have done the last few days. Well, since start really. I feel a little bit more positive because I'm thinking, well, we're nearly halfway through. So that's good news. Hopefully, if Boris decides that the 2nd of December is the date, fingers crossed. Boris, if you're listening, I doubt it, but if you are, we've got his fingers and toes crossed that lockdown will lift on the 2nd of December. So we will see. Maxi blush by Rimmel is what I'm using above where I've just put the contour. Dab it on. I never tend to rub much apart from the contour, what I've just done. I don't tend to rub and drag my face. I tend to dab and then just gently dust downwards with most things what I'm doing. This light's not very good, is it? I look like I've got huge bags. But it's an overhead fluorescent light and they're not very good anyway, are they? So please excuse my eye bags or my look of eye bags. They're not really there. Okay, so that's my blusher. That's enough for in the daytime. Now my lips, I tend to line in, I got this clear lip liner from Body Shop, and it's a wind up one, so you don't need to sharpen it. It stays wound up, and it's like a waxy liner, and I just go around the edges to prevent bleeding of any colour. As I said the other day, on my mini haul video when I was going through the few bits I'd got from Avon. I don't tend to wear bright colour lipsticks because when you get a little bit older, like to my age, you get bleeding in these lines. So I bought this to try and stop that, but I haven't used a bright colour since. I might do when I go shopping at the weekend, or whatever day I go shopping, and see how it works. But for today, because I'm at home, I'll use pale colour again. So that's I've had this a while, Body Shop, and in fact, I'm trying to think, yeah, they do still do it. It's called Lip Line Fixer. So it should fix your lippy. So I'm going to put it more in the centre here and here, just on the outside. And then I have this Max Factor liner, which is called Pink Princess number 4. I tend to do the bottom in the middle, and then when I'm using a nudish colour, the bottom here and the top here, a little bit with this, and then bring it onto my lip for a bit of colour. And I try to do it inside the Body Shop liner, so it's on the inside of the clear liner. And then just to get a bit of colour in the middle. And then like so. Then what I tend to do is go over it with the paler colour that I'm using. Now the one I'm using is Desert Rose from Avon, which is this lovely pale pinky colour. And I just put that over the top of the coloured liner. I don't apply it with a brush until I get to the end. Apparently, I don't know how true it is, but there's a third more lipstick. When you get to the end of here, there's a third more lipstick in here. So then is when I use my brush to get the last colour. So that's my lipstick on. And because I put the colour in the middle, it makes your lips look a little bit plumper. And that's good. That's when plumper, pushed out lips makes it good, makes it look good, and is a good thing to make your lips look fuller. Then I also use this Rimmel Scandalise. It's a neutral eyeliner, and I put it on my waterline. I'll just gently pull my eye down, put it on my waterline. This makes your eyes look whiter. Gently, gently. Don't touch the eye. Like so. Okay. I could do with something that'll plump my eyes up, my eyelids, because they've gone a little bit, but hey ho. Now, on my eyebrows, before I put my liner on, I'm going to be using my new brow showcase that I got from Avon. And this is an Avon brow brush that I've had for quite a while. So I use the spoolie end first of all to brush up my brows and get any makeup out that's in there. Brush them up, like so. And then for the actual brow colours, I use the slanted end. This is not an Avon brush. I can't remember. This was one from a kit, a brush kit that I got. So the palest of the two colours here, of the two dark colours, I use at the beginning. If you look on here, it does show you how to use it, the colours. But I put this one near the front here, and again, I don't brush. I tend to tap and smooth the hair then. So just pop that in the middle, there. Same at the other side. brush gently, and then I put the darker colour, trying to do it in my phone instead of the mirror, here, and just extend with little tiny strokes. I'm hardly touching my skin, past where my brows are. I don't want them right down, obviously, because I'll look like a clown. Some of you might say I do anyway. So we'll do the other side and see if they're right, and if they're not right, we'll do them again. And then blend the two together. Now, I do use cotton buds. Just bear with me while I grab one. If I make any mistakes, I'm just going to dust that away gently and go around the edge here till I get the right shape. Make sure that they're even. That's a little bit higher, lower, so I'll just touch that up just there. Dab, dab, gently, gently, little feather touch I'm using here. And then take a little bit away underneath. I don't think the sluggy eyebrows are in anymore. I think that fashion's gone, thankfully. And then just go over with my spoolie again to lighten up. I mean, some of the young girls, I think, still wear it, and it suits them, but I think some people, it just did not look right, didn't the big, thick, sluggy eyebrows? Because when you were talking to people that had the big, sluggy eyebrows on, that's all you were looking at, their eyebrows. It used to mesmerise me. I just couldn't concentrate on anything else apart from looking at their eyebrows. So, that's those done. Now on this third colour, which is like a goldy colour, I use the other end of the Avon brush, which is a really sharp, thin end brush, flat across the end as well. And I just put the highlighter right up to the brow, but only a little slither. And this is the brush where I do pull the brush rather than dab. And I go right from the inside, all the way along to here. It just seems to lift the brow a little bit, like a mini eye lift, which again is a good thing. We need plump lips, plump eyes, and a mini eye lift. All fake, of course. And just the effect of no surgery. Ooh, no, we don't want to be having any surgery. We won't be able to do it anyway at the moment. Just let me have a drink of my tea. I take tablets on my back which give me a really dry mouth, so I have to keep drinking constantly. And then, so I apologise. For my eyes, I'm using this Avon Glimmer stick in Cosmic Brown. Again, this is one where, where's the camera? It's a wind up, so it's always sharp. These are the softest eyeliner that I've ever used, to be honest. And when I was a teenager and into my late, I don't know, 20s, mid-30s, I always did the black creased eye, the black eye, like 60s style. And I've used a lot of eyeliners, and this is one of the best for the softness, the texture. I did used to use black, as I say, but this one is brown. I think when you get a little bit older, brown's not as harsh, so I tend to use the brown. I don't do the cut crease anymore because this skin here has puffed out and grown and stretched over time, and I would love to have surgery on my eyelids to get this skin here taken out. I've got where your eyelid is, this bit here. My eyes used to be my best feature, and I'd love to get back there, take this out here, and then this part's lifted then, once all the skin's been removed. So once COVID's over, I'm going to promise myself I'm going to get that done. Talking about not having surgery, that is one surgery that I would have. Because it's been bothering me for about 5 years up to press. It's also bad for my vision and things in summer because I tend to get hot and then you get perspiration collecting here, which then runs in my eyes and it hurts my eyes. So I will have to pay for it, I assume, pay for the surgery, but I'm going to make myself a promise that I'm going to do that. Maybe not immediately after COVID's gone, but at some point after COVID. So, yes, that's just food for thought. Okay, back to the eyeliner. So, what I tend to do is pop. I do it very lightly from the corner, gently, right up to the eyelash line. On both eyes, a little bit at a time. You can see my eyes hardly moving, even though I'm applying this. This is how soft it is. But it does tend to stay in place, which is good. And then I tend to go just to the edge, the inner, not poke myself in the face, the inner edge of my pupil, my eye colour, where the colour ends, just to there on this eye, with eyeliner. And the same at this side. Look straight on in the mirror, just to the edge of the coloured part. The iris is the word I think I'm looking for. And then on the top, just tiny little bit to the outer edge, to the lash line. More as to enhance the lashes than line the eye. Like so. So that's the eye line, and the neutral that I put on the waterline here makes your eyes pop so they look wider, and also, as I say, it makes them look whiter as well. Now on my for my eyelashes, I use an eyelash curler, which is this one. Get as close as I can to the lashes and squeeze for a few seconds, release. Same on the other side, squeeze and release, and then back to the first eye, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. That's somebody next door, so I'll pause the video here.